Hi, this is Jody Corrington. I'm your Couture independent designer, and today we're going to be decorating a pillow. You can do decorative pillows for your living room, for your bedroom, for any occasion. Right now I'm just doing a pillowcase, and I've selected a message that I think wouldn't be so bad to wake up to. It says, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within." And let's all just try to remember that. So, inside I have an inking mat that Chalk Couture makes. They make two different sizes, and they are available on my shop. You do not have to use this. It has sticky on it, and that's why it's good to have this. But if you use Cricut or Silhouette or any of those other cutting machines, or even if you don't, but you happen to see the mats on sale, they will do just as well. But if you have an old Cricut mat that maybe is not as sticky as it used to be, for what you choose to use it, but there still is some sticky on it, you can use that and it'll be just fine. All right, so I have labeled the back of my transfer so that I remember which side I'm supposed to put this back on. Now, one thing that you'll notice is different right away is that I don't have to fuzz this because it's going right on top of fabric. And I will try to do this so it's facing you. And I'm just using my fold lines as a sort of a guide. And this should not take us long at all, I said optimistically. You do want to make sure that you don't have any bubbles or bumps underneath. And I do have something on there, but it is not where any of the paste is going to go. So I'm not overly worried about it. Now the one thing, this time we are using ink and not paste. Ink is permanent, so you do want to be a little more careful about how you handle it, where you put it, what you touch afterwards, and you'll notice I have my wipes right by me. All right, again, you want sort of the same consistency that you would with your paste. It's sort of a yogurt cake batter kind of thing. Again, the exact same technique. I'm going to put some, honestly don't know how much I'm going to need here, but I can always put some more on. And then you take your squeegee and pull. Nice, long, even strokes. You don't have to be perfect. This is a very forgiving craft, which is why I like it. The hardest part for me is figuring out what transfer I want to use and what colors I want to use with it. But that's always been an issue for me. I was a quilter, couldn't figure out what fabrics do I want to use. They're all so pretty. So let me get Maya Angelou, who is credited with this thing. As you see now, I'm just getting the rays that are coming out. I have seen this transfer done on a lantern, and it was absolutely gorgeous. This, I am pretty sure, quite sure, that this was a Chalk Couture Club transfer. So I do not think you will find it in the catalog, but if for some reason you decide to join the club during this month, it will probably be available at 50% off. So what I'm doing now is removing the excess and putting it back in the jar. You do not have to press down really hard. You just want to make sure that it fills your silkscreen area. And I went off a little bit. We are not even going to pay attention to that. It's my pillow. Just seems to be when I'm doing a video, I have to make at least one mistake. Paste is a little more forgiving than ink. I'm sure there's a way to not see that, but I'm honestly not all that worried about it. I'm just going to throw that in my tub of water because I will not need it again. Same for that stir stick. Now the ink takes considerably longer to dry, so you do not have to worry about with what speed you pull your transfer off. What you do need to worry about, and it's not really a worry, I promise you, is just as you take the transfer off, you just don't want it to touch fabric anywhere else because the ink will come off. And I just like to make sure my hands are relatively clean. And again, with transfers, you want to pull them with even pressure all the way around so you don't stretch it. And there we go. What do you think? That, my friends, is honestly all there is to it. As you can see, I got a little schmutzy over there. I'm just not going to let that bother me. But that's our pillowcase. Now I'm going to leave it on here to dry for a while. I would even, and I probably will when I stop the video, use a little bit of heat on it to set it for now. If you don't use a hair dryer on it and get it real dry, the recommendation is let it dry for 24 hours on its own before you heat set it. So for purposes of this video, that's what I'm going to do. You'll see it tomorrow because I'm going to go ahead, let it dry, and then I will heat set it. I have a heat press because I do some other types of crafts, but you can use an iron. You can use a Cricut Easy Press. A lot of people have that. So you don't have to have a heat press for this. So I will see you in a little bit after I have heat set this and you can see how the final product looks. Thanks for watching so far.